Love all the oohs and ahs that are happening. Sometimes rats can have a bad reputation. This is a type of rat. She is not your normal domestic rat that we see here in the United States, though. Mahinda comes to us from Tanzania in Eastern Africa, and she is a very, very special type of rat. Does anybody know what kind of rat Mahinda is?
She looks for dynamite.
Adorable.
I will wait. I'll call on you next.
Adorable.
Dynamite.
Hero rat. I love that. She is a hero rat. How many of you guys have ever heard of a pouched rat or a hero rat?
Sorry.
A few of you, more than I expected.
Oh,
Okay,
I forgot to raise my hand.
I know you have, Ryan. I'm going to tell you guys all some really amazing things about hero rats and why they are nicknamed hero rats, because they truly are heroes and lifesavers. So, as I said, Mahinda did come to us from Tanzania. She came to us from an organization called APOPO, that is APOPO, and APOPO does fantastic work with these rats. They will raise these rats from little tiny babies, do some really cool training with them, and take advantage of their best sense, which is that sense of smell. Now, these are scent detecting rats. The reason that Mahinda is here with us and not still in Africa is because they have to go through training school when they're at APOPO, and you have to be an A student. We like to lovingly refer to Mahinda as a B student.
B+.
She's a B+. She does great. She's fantastic, but you'll see why in a second when I explain what these rats do, why she needs to be an A student in order to stay in the program at APOPO. So these are landmine detecting rats. They go out into the fields in Tanzania and now in Cambodia as well. And don't worry, it is perfectly safe for these rats. They're not at risk because they are too light to set off those landmines. So what they do is they train them to detect the scent of TNT. They then train the rats to indicate or show some sort of signal when they do detect TNT under the ground. And then what's going to happen is they will get a reward for detecting that TNT. They get safely removed from the area, and then they send their bomb squad in to make sure that that landmine is removed. And overall, over time, they can go ahead and return that land back to the local people where it belongs. So it's really, really cool. They are detecting these landmines. They are saving not only human lives, but animal lives as well, because a lot of animals are going to migrate through those areas where there are landmines. Now there are signs up that say caution, don't walk in this area, but elephants can't read those signs.
Don't go get it! Don't go get it!
Mahinda is a very curious, goofy rat.
She dropped the food pellet off the stove.
She said, I'll go get it.
I'm just
Don't
gonna
worry
go
about
put
it.
myself to it.
So what happens is you have animals like elephants migrating through these areas. They can't read the signs. They may come into unfortunate contact with those landmines. So by Mahinda and the other hero rats going ahead and removing those landmines, they are saving a lot of wildlife as well. But that's not all that these guys are doing. They are doing so much more, using that nose to now detect tuberculosis in humans. So what happens is they can go ahead and have saliva samples on little slides. These rats will detect TB, and they can do a slide in just a couple minutes, where it would take about 3 days for them to send that out to a lab and get the results back in Africa. And so we're able to get people treatment immediately, which is really, really important if you know anything about the progression of tuberculosis. But that's not all they're doing. Of course, there's more. Mahinda is also part of a program where they are trained to put on little backpacks with cameras on them. They can go into buildings and areas of rubble. So if there's an earthquake and there's a building that collapsed, it's not safe for us to go inside. They can send a hero rat in with a little camera and a backpack on to see if anybody is stuck inside and needs assistance. But that's not all. They are also, it's just going to keep going. These guys are incredible. They are also now trained to go into shipping containers. So there's a really big port in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and they have a lot of imports and exports coming out of that port. So she can go into those shipping containers where they have been finding pangolins and pangolin scales, different types of wildlife and wildlife products being trafficked out of the country. She can go ahead and go on a riser up to a little air hole in those shipping crates and smell something inside and indicate there's something in there. They can get a permit take her inside and she can find that contraband before it even leaves the country. So she really is a hero doing amazing work all over the world. We're really lucky to have Mahinda here as a representative. And she really is adorable. So today Mahinda is showing off her agility, and she's showing off her intelligence and personality as well.
Her independence.
She is a very independent lady. Now Mahinda here, she does do scent work with us, but we don't use TNT here, we use chamomile tea instead. So she's trained to detect a chamomile tea bag inside a ball. She can find it underground, she can find it in little mini shipping crates. But today she's having what we call just a fun session, an enrichment session. So it's really important for rats to stimulate their brain and their bodies. They are very intelligent animals and they like to be challenged. They like to do something different. And so today Casey has set up this really fun enrichment course for her to kind of navigate and experience. So this is a really cool thing for her. I've been talking about hero rats for a while. Does anybody have questions about these guys?
How old is she? What is their lifespan?
What is their lifespan and how old is she? Good questions. Mahinda is 6 years old. These guys typically live to be about 8 to 10 years old. I think the oldest one was about 11. So they do have a significantly longer lifespan than most rats, which is one of the reasons why these guys were chosen for the Apopo program. They are quite long-lived for a rat, and they are much cheaper to feed and house than dogs, because you could use dogs. However, dogs are heavy. Dogs will set off the landmines, and dogs are a little bit more expensive to take care of. So Mahinda is a really good choice.
What is their full name and why?
These are called Gambian pouched rats. East African pouched rats. Their names have changed a little bit over the years. So they are called East African pouched rats because they come from Eastern Africa and because they can stuff their cheeks full of food. So when we go to the grocery store, we take a bag with us or a cart and we put our food in the cart, right? And then we take it home, we put it away, and we kind of eat on it as the week goes. So we're doing something called caching. We are caching our food in a bag or in a bin. Then we're taking it home, we're caching it in our cupboards, and we're eating it as we go. Mahinda does that too, using her cheeks. So she is going to cache food in her cheeks, and let me know when you're ready for that big treat that you're going to give her. So she's going to demonstrate this in a little bit, but she's going to cache food in her cheek pouches. Those are going to get really, really big and puffy. And then she's going to take it home where she feels safe from predators. She's going to empty those cheek pouches and then eat on those snacks as the days go. Now, at Apopo, if you guys have social media, Instagram or Facebook, I highly recommend looking up Apopo. It's A-P-O-P-O. Today's not Friday, it's Saturday, but we're still going to talk about my favorite thing that Apopo does every single week. It's called Full Cheek Friday. So at Apopo, their staff work Monday through Friday, and on Saturday and Sunday, the rats still need to eat. So what they do is they will do something called Full Cheek Friday. They give a big buffet to the rats on Friday before they leave for the day. I'm talking like half bananas, half avocados, big peanuts. They shove those into those cheek pouches. They film it, pop it online for us to see. Those rats will take it home and they'll eat on that all weekend until the staff return on Monday. So today is not Full Cheek Friday, it's Full Cheek Saturday. We have a half a walnut here for Mahinda to enjoy. You guys will get to see her stuff that in her cheek pouch, and then she is likely going to take that back to her carrier, back to her habitat.
Down in there, please.
Again, she's a B+ student.
Jane, what does she eat in the wild?
These guys are omnivores. She's trying to get that out. She might just eat it right here. We'll see, but you will watch her cheek, especially her left cheek facing you guys. She's kind of taking bites of that, and then her cheek is getting bigger and bigger as she fills it. So rats are omnivores. They eat a little bit of everything. They can eat insects, small rodents, they can eat meat, they can eat fruit, nuts, vegetables, anything they come across. That's why you see a lot of rats eating out of the trash. They have a really, really hardy digestive system. So these guys out in the wild are going to have a pretty varied diet, and we do vary their diet quite a bit here. today you might have seen her eating some root, maybe some veggies. She gets a little pellet called rodent pellet, formulated specifically for these guys.
Not gonna do it today.
Some insects and some mixed nuts as well.
An avocado.
And avocado. She does really enjoy avocado, as do most of our wildlife here because they are from California. So Mahinda is going to make her way back home. As she does, let me know if you guys have any last minute questions. Go ahead.
Do you have any other
I
hero
know,
rats
that's where
here?
The walnut was.
We do. So we are fortunate to be one of the few facilities outside of Africa that houses hero rats. And we actually have 3, I believe, here on grounds right now.
We have.
The whole zoo? Yeah. There are 3 here, sorry. It changes. So we've got 2 here in Basecamp. They both live behind the scenes. And then there's one over at Africa Rocks Encounters on the other side of the zoo.
Are they
And that one also came from a popo and does some scent work. So all 3 of our rats are very unique. They have very different personalities and they demonstrate different abilities of rats. As she makes her way back in her carrier, I just want to say thank you so much for enjoying hearing all about Mahinda and the work that a popo is doing, not only in Africa, but all over the world to save lives. And thank you guys, because by coming here and watching this presentation today, you're directly helping us to save wildlife all over the world as well. Thank you so much. I'm going to go off mic, but if you have any other questions, I'll be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.